Our kids have probably heard more than we think about some of these issues. They might have overheard some adult conversation or listened to a blurb on the news or kids talking at school. So questions about transgender just might come up. And when they do, try to give simple and age-appropriate answers. You don't need to explain everything you know about the issue, but just try to answer the questions that they're really asking. No matter what the specific question your child asks, it's probably going to revolve around a couple of basic issues. Like, why would someone want to change their gender? Is it even possible to change from a boy to a girl or from a girl to a boy? And will that ever happen to me? So as parents, we need to remember that we certainly don't have all the answers to every question. So don't make something up. And for sure, this is one of those difficult questions, the why question, where we can genuinely say, I don't know why someone would want to change their gender. The truth is, there are probably a lot of reasons that we don't even know about. Some people have been hurt, or they're confused, or they're just not happy with the way that God made them. But you know what I do know is that God made people in his own image. Look at Genesis 1:27. It says, male and female, he created them. And then later, that man and that woman disobeyed God. And that sin ruined everything. It affected all of us because we're all broken by sin. We all just want our own way, and we don't want what God planned for us. That selfishness is sin, and nothing could fix us until Jesus came to rescue us and repair the damage caused by our sin. Some people are just not happy with the way that God created them, and some even want to change the gender that God made them to be. So they try to look different from the way God created them, and they try to change the outside, but really nothing can change the way that God made them. What do you think? Is it really possible for a boy to change and become a girl, or a girl to change and really become a boy? No. They can do a lot of things to try to act different or look different, but still, they are the person that God created them to be. Remember the verse from 1 Samuel 16:7. It says, man looks on the outside appearance, but God, he looks at the heart. And then we can read with our children from Psalm 139 and talk about how we are created, fearfully and wonderfully made. And then say, I'm so glad that God made you to be a boy. Or let's thank God for his good creation when he made you a girl. And we can affirm God's choice when he made them and help them to express thanks to God for his good gift. Remind them that God made all of us and he loves all of us. He even loved us when we were disobedient, when we didn't love him back. He even loves people who are not happy with the way that he created them. So we help them to understand that God loves everyone, and for sure that includes people who want to change their gender. And we can help them know that Jesus wants to have a relationship with them also and repair the hurt that they feel. Sometimes the concern over transgender restrooms comes up. Probably the best thing to do is teach your children that whenever they're in a situation that makes them feel uncomfortable or unsafe, they need to leave and find an adult to talk to about it. It doesn't matter if it's in a restroom or a locker room, whether it's at church or camp, at a friend's house or in the park. Have conversations about how to handle situations that make them feel unsafe or that don't seem right. So rather than just focus on the transgender issue, talk about personal safety in general. At this point, we want to remember that as parents, we have a lot of influence in our kids' life. What you say and do will be the things that your children will say and do. So be careful about your attitude when you talk about transgender issues. And remember, it even shows on your face, in your reactions when you see others, and in the words that you use. Be kind, be respectful, speak the truth in great love. Watch out for your words and the phrases that are disrespectful or mocking. Instead, be prayerful and help your kids follow your example. Be like Jesus in the way that you speak and act. You know, this won't be the last difficult issue that you'll need to talk about with your children. So lay the groundwork for all those conversations to come.